One of my favorite tunes by Sex Coffee, we're going to hear Damascus. We're going to slow it down a little right here on the Tony Jones Show.
Stranger's hand cuts through the air to say hello. Felt so good to get away. Think you should know. Felt so good. Felt so good, I think I'll stay. Through a bit of tongue to hide the strings will come undone. As with never-ending lane, writing songs within. Please the part where mind creates a systematic overflow. Set myself to feel much stronger than it didn't make much sense. Put it in myself. Didn't make much sense. Can we drive until the sun goes down and back around and never look back? This game is tragedy, expect nothing less than catastrophe. Walk eyes close from this illusion, one more mouth out from a solution. When the sun beats down, paint a picture that's out of bounds. Tried to alleviate, but every mile it didn't make much sense. Put it in myself, didn't make much sense. Can we dive until the sun goes down and back around and never look back? Much sense. Put it in myself, didn't make much sense. Can we dive until the sun goes down and back around and never look back? Stranger's hand cuts through the air to say hello. Felt so good to get away. I think you should know. Felt so good. Felt so good. I think I'll stay. He was pointing at the moon, but I was looking at his hand. Take off your dancing shoes, no one's here to reprimand. So let me be your sleeves. If there's no comfort, I'll be ease. Like the leaves upon the tree, you'll be Adam, I'll be Eve. I just want you to know just what I struggle to show. I just want you to feel. I just want something real. You get around, and I'm not fond of it. And I won't be put aside, 'cause we know I'm no basic bitch. She may be with the band, but the band is with me. And if you fall, would she stay by your side, baby? I just want you to know just what I struggle to show. I just want you to feel. I just want something real.
Some Hunter right here on the Tony Jones Show. Something Real, the name of that one. Before that, we heard from Sex Coffee, Damascus. We kicked off the beginning of the program. He's one of my favorites. He's Michael Graves, the new album, Night of Sam Hain, Gargoyle. You were tuned in to the Tony Jones Show online at TonyJones.org. On Facebook, it's Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. Thank you for checking in with me on Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Of course, don't forget to check out RIFreeRadio.org. JL Metcalf, Frankie B. Washington in studio with me. So I'm very curious, and it's kind of selfish because I'm always curious about this, and I think that sometimes the people listening could give a flying you-know-what. You know, they want to know. They want to know about what's going on now. They want to know about what's coming up. But I'm always intrigued on how people get started doing this different stuff. So how did you guys get started in your respective trades?
You want me to go first again?
I'll go first.
You go first.
Well, I mean, I grew up in Boston, and I've been drawing all my life. So I've been, since I was a little kid, and I used to watch Saturday morning cartoons and comic books and Creature Double Feature, Force 5, all that fun stuff. And then as soon as high school, a lot of opportunities were there where I took additional programs, and they looked at me and they said, "Kid, you need to be in art school." So, I was able to get a scholarship, ended up going to a college, or art school, that was in Boston. Did 3 years there, and then afterwards, I was still doing 9 to 5, getting frustrated. And then I looked to the heavens and I said, "Hey, man, if a actual job comes that's art, please, if it comes, I'm taking it. I'm not looking back." And guess what happened? Job came, and I never looked back, and I've been a freelance illustrator ever since. And I've had the chance to work for an animation studio. I've worked on 2 films in Boston. I had a chance to work for ad agencies, and pretty much most of the commercials you see on TV, I probably had a little piece of. And then, I've gotten a chance to work on comic books and stuff like that, my own stuff, other books. And I've just been very fortunate, knock on wood, that I've been able to make a life out of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, I've been writing since I could write as a little kid. I would write little short stories and poems and stuff. But, when I went in high school and college, I didn't really follow that as much. I took creative writing classes in college, but I was an English major otherwise because I didn't know what the heck to do with myself. And then when I got out of college, I started just doing 9 to 5 office jobs. And what really got me writing books, honestly, was my first book, The Last Daughter of Lilith, took me 7 years because I was writing it, in between, working jobs. I got, I quit one of my jobs and spent a summer writing it, but still didn't finish it. And then my last job, I was laid off because the company went bankrupt. And Frankie here was like, "You've had this novel swimming around in your head. You've been working on it for 7 years. Mm-hmm. You don't have a job right now. This is your time. You need to he's like, you could try your hand at freelancing. You can write this book." And the options for self-publishing are make things so easy to format, upload your book, get your cover on, and just get it out.
You control it.
Right. You control every aspect of it, and it costs nothing, really, unless you want their guided help, which costs money, obviously. But I went through CreateSpace, which is an Amazon company. So, you load your book up, it's available on Amazon, and who doesn't shop on Amazon? So, it was because of him and being laid off from my job that I really started actually seeing that I could be an author as a career. And I do freelance writing on the side. I do some transcription work, too, to help make ends meet. Yeah. But in the last year, it's only been a year since I lost my job. I've self-published 3 books now. So
Frankie, talk a little bit about how you've seen your side of things change. Just like JL just talked about, the self-publishing options and the internet, and I could do a whole show on how radio has changed just in the time that I've been doing it. But you must have seen that also with your side of things.
Of course. I mean, when I was in art school, I had my teachers were like in the trenches. I had to learn how to do stuff before computers. So I remember, you had to literally cut stuff, paste it, registration marks, going to printers and arguing with printers how to do something right. And, those were the golden days, and all of a sudden something came along called the computer, the Mac. And then the Mac sort of changed a lot of stuff. And the thing about it is that I still retain a lot of that old school mentality. But also, I do work on, the computer as well, but not in a sense of that it controls everything, like artwork. Like I still color, I can color. If someone said, give me some markers, I can color with markers. If you wanted me to do watercolor, I can do watercolor. I can color with crayons. But also, I can go to Adobe Photoshop and digitally color as well. So I've definitely seen a change in that. I think that also a lot of my teachers were very they were hardcore in the sense of what it means to be an artist. I had teachers that helped me to understand how important my role as an artist in this world is. And that's something that many other artists, writers, creative people need to understand, is that you're not just doing something that's just fly by night. Artists make cars. They make houses. Someone has to draw it. Clothing. Writers make words. And those words can be in copyright or whatever. So, I mean, tons of stuff has happened. It's just so much.
And there's so many more opportunities now. Well, just to your point, I think that there should be a cutoff date of if you got your degree before such and such a date, it should kind of be worth more than anybody that gets a degree today, because folks that wrote 10-page papers with a typewriter, so they messed up one line and had to do the whole thing over again.
Yes.
Those degrees should be worth more than a degree that's cashed out right now.
Well, I will say that experience. I mean, to me, I give much respect for those that have come before me. Like someone who's been at 30, 40 years, they've earned that. So one of the things I have seen from some younger artists sometimes in some of the forums I've seen, where there's almost like a sense of attitude against, some of these people that been in the trenches, and they haven't yet tasted the trench yet. And so you got to remember that you got to give due respect to those that have come before you. And,
there's just across all different forms, there's so many great opportunities out there right now for freelancers.
Sure.
But it's a hustle. Right?
Oh, of course.
Gosh, yeah.
Oh, you got to master. I tell people. I just had a conversation yesterday. Jessica had JL had a book signing at Barnes and Noble yesterday, and I was talking to someone, and I said, "Hey, man," I was like, "You do understand that it's like 85% the marketing and 25% of the talent, pretty much."
Yeah, we spend a lot of time marketing.
Yes.
Myself and it's constant.
That's what I learned from advertising.
Yeah. You've been my guru.
Oh.
Teaching me how to market myself.
I'm floating right now in my seat.
The most annoying part of that is, and I'm speaking from personal experience for me, when people contact you for work, so someone will contact me, they'll say, I need a website made, and I'll say, all right, we can do that. And then you never hear from them again. Either your rate is too high, or
what happened in negotiating?
They don't
even get to that
point.
To
you. It's not like you put the groundwork in.
Brother, you're speaking. I've gone through that so many times, and I scratch my head. Like, there's no point of just negotiating. What happened to that?
Yeah.
So that we can finagle and maybe we can work something out. But people just seem to give up. And the other thing too is that I see when people sort of go for like the sort of lesser kind of styles of things. Yeah. Where it's like, look, I'm coming at you with my expertise.
Yeah, I'm willing
to
work
experience.
with you.
Exactly. Clearly, you contacted me because I do good work, and you don't even want